Well, take a look at this. It's the Marina Freeway, basically LA's shortest freeway, only runs a little more than 3 miles. And why exactly is that? Why does it only go from Marina Del Rey to the Fox Hills area and ends at Slauson Boulevard? Well, this is yet another freeway that was going to be part of a much larger freeway that would have been the Slauson Freeway. So instead of ending at Slauson, it would have continued basically following the entire Slauson Avenue all the way towards the east into the Whittier area and making its way down to Imperial Highway. Now you can still see hints of what would have been this freeway where you see markers, California Highway 90 farther to the east. Those were basically where the freeway was going to have that original alignment. The other end of the freeway, the eastern terminus, was constructed as well. That is known as the Richard Nixon Freeway. It's just a couple of miles in Yorba Linda, just to the north of the 91. So the two ends were constructed, but nothing in the middle. Once again, community opposition killed what would have been the Slauson Freeway. So now we just have this tiny little Marina Freeway, which really only benefits folks going between Culver City and Marina Del Rey. Taking a look at this from Sky 9, I'm Desmond Shaw.
Back with another video. Like I said, decided to go ahead and do the like I said, finish up the freeway system. So went ahead and finished up the Slauson Freeway, which is the Marina Freeway, or Nixon Freeway that used to be called. So here's how it currently exists now, and then it ends right there at Slauson. And decided to build this out to the 605. There's what it looks like before. And you'll see how I do a bypass and have it go around and connect. Show that's how it looks before construction. And once you see it under construction, you'll start seeing kind of like the scars through the landscape and everything. Alright, so here's the 405, 90 freeway interchange, and then Marina Freeway heading west towards Ocean. And then here's where it is heading east, so this is where it currently ends, right here on Slauson Avenue. And there's a new Slauson Freeway, the new La Cienega Freeway bypass, 170. That just recently built. Here's La Cienega, and there's Slauson Avenue. So this is before construction. And you'll see how I bypass this and go around and build an interchange and everything. Before construction right here. Show during construction. See how it scars up the landscape. It's part under construction. It's from the region view, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. So here's the 405 90 freeway interchange. It's Marina Freeway and west. So this is where it ended, and street ended right here and connected to Slauson Ave. So decided to go ahead and do the bypass. Going this way was going to be cheaper and took up less space, especially to build an interchange. So since I already built the La Cienega Freeway, it made more sense to just have this go north and connect up this way. And this is going to be the 90 and Slauson interchange right here. gonna be heading east. Here's Slauson. Slauson Freeway, the 170. The bypass La Cienega right here. That meets up with the 405 down this way. And here's Slauson Avenue. And there's La Cienega, Slauson Interchange. But yeah, here's the Slauson Freeway under construction. Then 90 going east. So, decided, alright, so here's it, heading east, more in the hills, there's less development, cheaper land, and so here's Slausonave right here, heading east to west. We just came from that the 170 or La Cienega Freeway interchange. This is it heading east. So you see I'm bringing it back down south, more kind of towards Slauson Ave. That's where they're under construction. This segment is finished. And then we're gonna, this is Slauson Avenue right here. We're gonna cross it. Here's Crenshaw Boulevard. Head north to south. And then here's the Slauson Freeway. And east. With it under construction. So it's a bypass. It's Slauson Ave. So just like in real life, usually they never use the existing road. They usually will always bypass it. But usually it'll run parallel to most of the streets. The streets it's following. So in this case, the 90 basically would be Slauson Avenue bypass. Same with 405 bypassing the Sepulveda Boulevard, 101 bypassing Ventura Boulevard and Cahuenga Pass and Sunset Boulevard. The 5 is a bypass of San Fernando Road in the valley. The 110 is a bypass of Figueroa Street, because those were all the original highways. Same with 710, which I think was Atlantic Boulevard, and the 605 is San Gabriel Boulevard, and then 210's Foothill Boulevard, I know for sure. Century Freeway is a bypass of Imperial Highway. 91 is Artesia Boulevard bypass. So, but yeah, there's with it under construction, and then I'm gonna show with it finished. Alright, so here's with the Slauson Freeway complete. Connect now to the 605. I think the original plan was for it to like keep going east and eventually connect down here and connect up to the 91, but the last few planning maps had it stop at 605. I might end up extending it out though and connect it up to the 91 eventually, but just to give people an idea what it would look like if they did complete the Slauson Freeway. So I'll go to that original plan of a freeway not being no more than 4 or 5 miles apart. This definitely would relieve traffic on the 10 though. It would just be another route people could take. Alternate route people could take. If they're going downtown or if they're heading east. So having this freeway, Beverly Hills Freeway, and Century Freeway, probably definitely relieve some traffic. I mean, they still would have traffic. It may move more efficiently. There's just too many people who live down here. So traffic, there's really no way to really build yourself out of traffic. Not down there anyway. But it would have been a nice little alternate route to take. So let me showcase the up close and personal. Alright, so here we go. 405 90 freeway. Going towards the Marina Freeway heading west this way. 405 heading north and south. This is south, this direction. And then the 90 heading east. So originally it stopped right here and connected at Slauson Avenue. And so the bypass with the complete, decided to have it head north. And go towards the La Cienega Freeway about that. And then here's the interchange. Decided to kind of go northeast around Slauson Avenue to build the interchange so it won't take up as much land. I could have tried to build it through here, but I would have had to clear a lot of land and clear schools and all kind of stuff to build it. So, and this is where they're heading east. So you can see it's open to traffic. Got a lot of freight traffic heading this direction. Show the next piece. So coming from the 170 La Cienega Freeway interchange, this is it heading east. Coming down. Here's Slauson Avenue heading east to west right here. So starting to have it head back south. Here's Crenshaw Boulevard. Have it cross Slauson Avenue. And towards South Central LA. This is heading east. Fully open the traffic. And this is heading east towards the 110, which I'm going to show next. Alright, so this is coming where we came from right here. This is coming where we came from right here. And that's going to be heading east. And then here's the 110 and 90 freeway interchange that decided to do a stack interchange there. And this is Figueroa Street. Just really open the traffic. Heading east. So I consider South LA, and this is more towards the industrial area. And we're heading towards the 17. Alright, and it's heading towards the 710. This is where we came from, the industrial area. And then 710, 90 interchange. Freight traffic. And here's the 710 heading south. And then here's the 590 interchange. Here's the 5 heading north and south. And this is east of the 5 on the 90. All open to traffic. And then this is heading east towards the 90, towards the 605. Let me just showcase the volume of traffic real quick. As soon as this got opened up, as you can see, the volume is high. There's a thoroughfare right here on the map. It ain't even been open that long, but the traffic volume is pretty high already. Not bumper to bumper yet, but I'm gonna showcase the next area. Alright, coming from the area we were just at, and then we're heading east towards the 605. There's the 605 and 90 interchange. 605 heading north. It's going up towards the 60. And then 605 heading south. There we go. So it all completes.